Hey, great news today, guys. It was on the news anyway. Sloan Kettering, amazing people in New York, amazing hospital, came out with some really cool
drugs.
News. Yeah, and drugs. They, we all know that fucked up thing called cancer, and my thinking of cancer is, you know, a lot of people don't want it to go away because it's such a huge industry.
Big pharma.
Big pharma, exactly. So, Brandi, tell us what you heard about it.
It had a 100% success rate. Basically, they did a trial with, I think it was a small trial in
18 people.
18 people, yes. No chemo, no immunotherapy, no radiation.
No surgery.
Just gave them doses of this drug for, what was it, a couple of months?
They gave it to them for like 6 months every month.
And
Something of that nature.
Prostate cancer we're talking about?
Rectal.
We're talking rectal cancer.
Rectal cancer.
Okay, all right.
This cancer is kind of like, and the experts out there will call me wrong, but it's one of those ones like prostate cancer that kills you.
It's your death.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And this cancer itself mutates extremely fast, and it's extremely hard to kill. And out of 18, every doctor on the planet says, if you have a 60% of the people that are cured, that's amazing. But never, ever have they had a 100% cure rate.
100%.
Well, but I'll put an asterisk on that, being the Debbie Downer that I am and a scientific guy that I am. 18 people is no sampling.
Every single person?
The fact that they all recovered is fantastic, but unless you have a large group, you won't have the 60% type numbers you're talking about.
Well, that's not exactly true, Troy.
How do you know?
I'm telling you.
Sloan Kettering does, they always do small trials. That's how they start out.
And I'm very happy about this. I'm not,
No, I know, but it's fine. But they always do small trials on every one of these things until they get to the larger trials.
Yeah.
Okay, and no small trial has ever had 100%.
I agree. It's unbelievable.
But here's the interesting thing, and you can believe this or not, but I had a friend of mine. I won't say his name, but he's a very, very well-known guy. And
Mickey
he had
Mouse.
prostate cancer, and he had gone to everywhere you could possibly. City of Hope sent him home. I mean, it was over. Okay, you got weeks, right? He went to Germany and paid a whole bunch of money and got a few shots, and we're talking 8 years later, and he's out playing golf and having a great time and healthy as a horse. And he's in his late 70s, early 80s. So the cures are out there. It's just. Do we want to stop this machine and stop making this money?
Well, and that's the bottom line, right? Here's some names for you, because as recently as Chadwick Boseman, right? That's what he died from very recently.
Right.
A few other people, Charles Schultz with Peanuts fame, right? Darryl Strawberry, baseball player. Audrey Hepburn died from that. Ronald Reagan, Sharon Osbourne. Well, she's not dead yet, but. Vince Lombardi. Those were all.
She's not dead yet.
That's horrible.
But we just signed the death warrant on her, apparently.
Yeah.
But no, it's very, very difficult. No matter what.
Didn't Farrah Fawcett have rectal cancer?
I don't know, but she had
I didn't wreck
cancer.
her.
No,
we know you didn't.
I think that's what Farrah Fawcett died of as well. But either way, I mean, it affects everyone. The fact that I think for many years. Cancer has had cures, and I think that it is Big Pharma's job and the government, who is in slight cahoots
in
with
bed
them,
with pharma.
to absolutely leave that under wraps.
Listen,
because it's going to stop the money machine, the blood money machine.
The blood money machine, like blood diamonds. I will guarantee you, there's nobody that's listening to this podcast right now or out there in the world that hasn't been touched by this absolutely horrific thing called cancer.
Oh, everybody.
Right?
Everybody.
Yeah. I've lost my dad, my grandfather, uncles.
My grandmother, my mother.
Same.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and is it 100% that we're going to come up with a cure? No, probably not, because everything mutates, right? Humans mutate, but there can be a much better attack and approach to cancer than there is currently. And Big Pharma, again, it's not a conspiracy theory to say Big Pharma is behind this, because they are making billions upon billions of dollars by selling us pills and
Chemo.
treatments and
Doing
chemo.
chemo.
Yeah.
It's actually the chemo that killed my grandmother. It was the process that killed her.
Yeah,
A
the
lot of
process
people
killed my father too.
Won't
But
make that. Yeah.
guys, at the end of the day, it's all about dollars and cents, right? And
even your life.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's your body worth, right? You know,
Right.
What are you
You know,
worth?
let's farm that shit out. But here's the deal. The lady that I saw on regarding this thing she was saying that this isn't the only drug that they have right now. They've got 17 other drugs for other diseases, other cancers, diabetes. A big one that they're working on is autism and what's the one when you get Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
I've heard they've made leaps and strides with Alzheimer's.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, they have.
Which is phenomenal. That is the saddest.
And you know what? The interesting
Thing to
thing
watch.
about that is one of the leaders in that is in our hometown here is Hogue. They've got an Alzheimer's center up there that's
Did you just say old timers?
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. There's a Z in there.
You said old
Alzheimer's.
timers.
Old timers. What do you want to call it? I didn't say that, but that's fine.
You know what the weird thing to me is? Alzheimer's, it kills people. You would think, oh, okay, your memory's gone, you can't remember whatever, but it kills people all the
It
time.
slowly deteriorates.
Well, because your
brain,
body
yeah.
forgets how to do shit.
Exactly.
Probably, right?
That's
No,
how
it
you-
is. It eventually.
That's what it
you
is.
forget
It forgets how to
breathe.
pump blood. It
Right.
forgets how to do everything.
Yes.
Makes sense.
That's
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah, and we think about this, right? So if we can get to the point where these meds or treatments are available, should they be free to everybody?
Obviously. I mean, come on.
My girl.
The problem is, you said that your friend who went to Germany when they had lost all hope spent a lot of money,
Millions,
got some shots, millions of dollars. Now he's alive. It's like Magic Johnson.
Oh yeah. Everybody else died
Everybody
of
was
AIDS,
dying
and
in
he
the
was
80s of AIDS,
boom.
but somehow
Everybody.
he is still
Yep.
kicking and just fine and
Yep.
cured.
Yep.
Money is the bottom line here. So if you've got the money, you can stay alive.
And by the way, Magic,
know?
you spread that shit like wildfire, bro. So
Yeah, him and Jim Hill.
yeah. Jesus.
You know, people will probably equate it to, we're overpopulated, or when people
Oh
say
yeah,
shit
it'll be
like
stupid
that.
shit like
Selection.
that.
Natural
This is a
selection.
natural
Yeah,
selection.
you got cancer.
Yeah. Well, then
fuck
go
it.
to India. Go to China if you want overpopulations. Okay.
Well, China, right? How many years have they
Wow.
gone with one
I mean,
child
we can-
only? And
we
if they
can-
have a
we can go to religion and birth control and,
Yeah,
and
all
you
that
know,
bullshit.
medical care and
Yeah.
all of that shit. You know what I mean? The people are
No more daughters, no more
over
daughters.
procreating all over town, and then we can have a whole conversation about this, the abortion thing. People don't want you to do that, but also they don't want to pay taxes for welfare, which is going to go up exponentially because people are not going to stop having sex.
I just
the
wanna
entire
put a-
system being overtaxed because of,
I just want to put a caveat on this. If the three of us end up dead in the next couple of weeks, it was Big Pharma.
I got a lot of issues with those fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
I could go
What's
on
the
and
name of
on.
those pricks? What's the big opioid one?
Oh, I know. I
who just
I
got
read that
sued?
book a while ago, and then
You know
the
Hammer.
Dope Sick, and I watched the show with Michael Keaton. That was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
what they make?
I have a massive issue with opiates. I mean, we can go down run the gamut of
You know,
shit
when I
right
got-
now.
I-
We're gonna have to make this another part.
Subscribe to them. What's the big opiate that gets subscribed?
It's
Xanax.
OxyContin.
Oxycontin. That's it.
So I got subscribed that when I got hit on my accident.
It's
right?
Moped
Vicodin,
accident.
Norco.
And no, when I got hit on my motorcycle accident, not years ago, and
Accident.
my
prone.
my wife goes in the trash. You're not taking that shit.
Yeah,
I
suffer a little bit. I don't
always tell them
pills.
I'm allergic. It takes 3 days. 3 days to get addicted to an opiate. I don't know if you knew that, but that is true. And you go in there and say, my fucking back hurts, and they will subscribe them to you or prescribe them to you. And you get at least a week's worth.
Yeah.
And what it does is change the chemistry in your brain, and it makes you feel like you require them. It makes your body continue, your pain receptors
Requires it.
yeah, they continue and it requires more and more and more and more, and it becomes like this situation where doctors and lawyers are going to
Making
pill
decisions
mills
for
and
you.
trying to like
Get everybody
just
on it.
keep getting it, and then
Yeah.
eventually they either overdose on it or they start doing heroin because it's easier to get and cheaper, and they die. It's a fucking, this is a horrible thing.
No, that's true. And-
OxyContin, Vicodin, Norco, oxycodone, like fucking Toradol, morphine, fentanyl. I
Damn.
could go on and on and on. These are horrible drugs.
Well, they had some guys on TV that they finally busted these doctors that, I mean, they were like over 100,000 prescriptions a year for OxyContin.
Right, and let's
Because they're getting a kickback from the fucking big pharma.
They all do, absolutely right. And you mentioned morphine, right, Brandi? It's like I actually administered morphine to my mom,
Yeah, I
during
I
the
did when-
cancer thing,
yeah,
but it
my
was
grandpa when he
it was a matter of days or
Right,
hours at that
right.
point, and I'm like, I'm cool with that. And
Yeah, that's different.
It felt
That's
very bizarre to
different.
do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
totally
That will
different.
never go out of my. No, it is.
I mean,
totally,
you're
but I'm
just
saying-
you're just basically. I mean, they're going soon. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
You want to
It's
make it as
over.
comfortable as possible.
Right.
You're not
Just like in the
concerned
military.
about them getting addicted to this drug because it's
Right. In the military, you got a guy down, he's hurt. You get your little. You
You
get
just
your
drop some
boom,
morphine.
make him
That's a
feel good.
different thing,
Go.
though, bro.
No, completely. But if we
Yeah.
get back to asses and the medications you're talking about now, I mean that is significant
Listen,
development. What was the name of the company again?
Well, Sloan Kettering,
Sloan
the,
Kettering. I gotta buy
the
that stock
hospital in New York, they're the ones that did the study, and everybody's very excited. I mean, Sloan Kettering is the smartest of the smart work there. So, and I think that this has got to be hard for these doctors because I'm sure a lot of them, I'm sure all of them, because they're smart people, know that there's something out there, but it's just not been given to them. And it's got to be. And what's harder than being an oncologist?
Well, it's not just oncology though. Dentists prescribe this shit. I mean, it's fucking.
No, I'm talking about what the cure.
With
the
the,
cure,
specifically
yeah.
with
with
lower,
the cure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh no. Yeah. My cousin's wife is an oncologist, and I don't know how you could. It's like being a hospice nurse or
That's
something.
what you
I mean,
are.
you're
Oh, I couldn't do
basically.
that.
I mean, you're handing people their death warrant,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you watch them slowly deteriorate, and you have to try your best to make them feel better.
Right.
Hammer, how many of these cancers are caught during colonoscopies? Did you know that? I mean, it's got to be pretty huge, right? Because you get, I mean, what is it, after the age 50?
they do, like, the
you should
PET
do your
scans
colonoscopies.
Well, you really have to. I won't say, but I just had my first colonoscopy.
Your first?
My first
Really?
one.
And you're
yeah.
82?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. I just had my first one 3 weeks ago or whatever it is, and I had 8 polyps,
Yeah.
and they were all benign, but thank God. But the thing is,
It's a lot, by
and
the
that's
way.
a good thing because I hadn't, I should have gone in 15 years ago.
You definitely should have, yeah.
And I didn't do it, but I was always the thing. Hey, nobody in my family's ever had that, but. Don't believe that. Just go get it done, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you
and now
watch-
they're saying you should start at 45.
Yeah.
And guys, it's not a big deal.
Did you watch the procedure?
I did.
They always
saw
give you a
the-
big screen to watch.
I saw
Give you
the-
a Twilight.
I- oh, no, I was-
had an endoscopy.
No,
and
I said
colonoscopy
put me
at the
out.
same
They
time.
put me out completely.
No way.
No,
Oh,
but I
man,
got
you
the
gotta
tape.
watch
I got
this shit
the,
happening, man.
I got the tape.
I just did mine, my second or third one. I can't remember which now.
Well,
but-
you're a sick bastard. I get it, man.
Well,
You know?
stop putting things up there,
Yeah,
and you won't
know.
have to get a camera
Did
up
they
there
find,
to try
did
to
they find that
retrieve them.
gerbil?
Well, speaking of putting shit up there, what's up with these guys who have all
What
of a
are
sudden?
you talking
Well,
about?
now listen to this now. It's a,
Yeah. Troy, they found 2 gerbils and a squeaky toy.
but it was just the tail. What happened to the head? No, it was. Colonoscopies are supposed to be part of your wellness, right? So
Wellness,
they're free.
right.
But oh no, in yours, by the way, next time you're going to be charged heavy because your history now says 8 polyps. You're going to be like $45, $55, $100 to stick something up your ass to check it the next time, which may be a year to 3 years. That's stupid.
I
what they charge for
I
that
had a lot of
shit.
cancer in my family, so
Ridiculous.
I've
No.
been getting mammograms since I was 29, 30.
Do they have a machine that fits?
It's fucking terrible. I hate that shit, man.
Yeah.
I
Well, they
can't
squeeze
even,
the shit
my
out of
wife's
you.
the same
and,
way.
It
know,
is quite
it's-
painful.
Yeah.
And uncomfortable and
But necessary.
Yes, but necessary. I mean, these are.
Yeah.
But you do have to
Right.
pay. You know,
Right.
it's not. It's
No,
not.
I
These are
know.
not free services.
I don't mind paying, but $5,000 to like it literally was a 12-minute procedure.
Well,
Yeah.
listen,
$1,000.
But it is a
I've got
procedure.
insurance for that stuff, and
I
now,
do too.
Now I have to have it every year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Trust me, next time it's
But
going to
there's
fall
no.
outside.
I mean, I've got a $5 copay. I'm okay there. Hey, good
Yeah,
insurance, guys.
You just got to bring your own trash can to get rid of those polyps. And then, fucking hey, what's up with this guy?
Jeez. Listen, at the end of this
8 of
whole
them, that's
thing,
huge.
at the end of this thing, preventative maintenance like we do for our cars, you got to do it to yourself. You got to get your mammogram. You got to get your
Do it
colonoscopies. Yeah.
Well,
You gotta
yeah.
get-
But
Yeah, feel for
also.
lunch.
don't get a clothes hanger and
Also,
do your own
I think
colonoscopy.
we always manage to do this like squirrel segue and start talking about
Squirrels.
other things.
Yeah.
Which is
Ball,
good
ball.
and bad, good and bad. But
totally
I mean,
good,
we
actually.
started with there was a cure
medications.
for cancer,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and we're very excited about that
And
on
there has
every
been for
level.
a long time. This is
And
not new news,
I'm
really.
surprised that they have put it out in the news. I'm really pleased with this. I hope that this
Agreed.
comes to fruition, and I hope that we finally get to a point where cancer is not just destroying families and lives.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that one
agree.
that gets me is that commercial for the L.A. hospital for the children. What's the
Chalk.
No, the one with the old act Danny Kaye's.
Shriners?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my God! You get this hospital full of little kids that got, they all have cancer, and you tell me the young bodies that can fight this stuff. You would think that'd be even easier to be able to come up with something that's like,
My neighbor's
here you go.
daughter, I went through that with her. She had cancer. It's
Guys-
hard to watch.
Guys, but listen, tell us in the comments what you think, if you think there's a cure for cancer.
And free drugs, if they do come up with it, free for everybody, right?
Free for everybody. Listen, a pill to one of these guys costs them nothing. So let us know. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll catch you next time on Happening Now.